This is all also tightly associated with self-esteem. Self-esteem, where they, whenever you come in contact with one of these people, when you can confirm it, people, at least in the United States, they reframe, I guess, the way that they are communicating with this culture in a form that quickly, if they're communicating with somebody that is of that culture, evolves in a form of favoritism where there's a lot of boasting, where throughout the war there was a lot of belittling and blaming, and that was all about reinforcing the favoritism, which was could be constantly seen through the boasting. And say whenever you communicate with them, when you confirm it's one of them, you're reframing to their culture. Like I said, trauma is transmitted, so a strong association with the words, or a strong association with words, where literal thinking will lead to an assertive, concentrated need for aggression. What I mean by a strong association with words, like literal thinking, is like the definition of words only, and that aggression, the need for aggression, is opposed by that concentration, that assertiveness, the need for thinking, which is, hesitation, where there's something they're working on. Seems there's likely a new audience, like perhaps somebody looking from satellite. I don't know, but it seems to be very deliberate as far as like embarrassing me and humiliating me in a way that is about depriving me of all resources humanly possible, while doing nothing at all like that to anybody else. And as a result of that, of course, it's very degrading. One of the major problems I've been having is with showering consistently. I have to buy bottled water to get access to clean water, and I have to shop very, very, very with a very high degree of paranoia, so that the food isn't poison, which happens about half the time. It's very nasty. Where there were times in the past, like last year, where 2 times in a row I ate something, I threw up all over the street. I threw up in my sink. I got a picture of that. Another time just around the corner from the grocery store. But it's all very deliberate as far as, like, say, the paranoia is concerned. They seem to want to infect me with that, so I may transmit it. My cell connection gets to the towers. One of the routers along the way is doing some packet modification. I'm just modifying the websites on the fly. This is not as amateur as it seems. It seems like it's connecting to like port 8080 using like TKIP protocol, and that's just passing every internet request through that proxy, then getting it returned like it's like a bridge connection, like you have a Wi-Fi or Ethernet connection bridged with your cellular connection. And anyway, that TKIP network protocol bridged with Ethernet is basically what you're getting returned from that proxy. and it leaves almost no opportunity to get around it, since all of the computers or the entire infrastructure, the entire network infrastructure, the entire metropolitan area, at least in Minneapolis, is passing through it at some point. And there are no computers available. I cannot buy a single computer that even has a microprocessor in it. They just have antennas for chips. That's it. They're completely useless. And just like this phone, you got like 5, 10 people constantly monitoring me and like playing around with the phone, interacting with me while I'm using it. That is one of the I guess more recent ingredients, is making it so nothing fits, like nothing will, everything is always incompatible with something else. Everything is very clumsy, like this car that I rented. That the way that it's designed is very, very, I guess, awkward and tight spaces that nothing really fits with it, right? Not as common with everything that I am exposed to. Another very common thing is car break-ins. I have car break-ins just about half the time that I park, maybe more, where people come in and just steal things, like I don't know, 4 or 5 things on average, from like a backpack or whatever my supplies are in my vehicle. Usually things that are needed by me, like very much. But I mean, that adds to the paranoia where every time I park, people, just the moment I go in, people will be breaking in my car and taking things, misplacing things. But one of the other concerns is that they replace things which are potentially harmful. This has happened before as well. The whole reason for this, and I'm quite sure of it, is an attempt at a usurpation of my technology, of the stuff that I invented and thoroughly documented. Spent well over 10, 15 years developing and researching and things that were all very relative and very relevant to what I'm enduring, like resource deprivation, for example, and a lack of goal accomplishment, and poor time management, stuff like that. But anyway, the usurpation of my technology means somebody else wants to take credit for it, kind of like Augustus Caesar, or like, in Hail Caesar, where he was considered the savior of Rome or whatever. And then, of course, after him, the next one was Adolf Hitler with Hail Hitler, who was considered the savior of Germany, upon his first day in office. And say the Jewish people in the Holocaust, I have had my all my belongings, my entire life's work, my entire business destroyed, stolen, all my things taken, and replicated, and I guess the entire business itself has begun anew, say somewhere else. But it is an exact copy of what happened to the Jewish population in Nazi Germany. Sorry. And that was prior to putting them into labor camps and then exterminating them, and so on and so forth. But we saw a prelude to that as if it was done in reverse, with the end indications of the end in the beginning here in Minneapolis and all across the country, where the pace, the deliberate, like slow pace, is what it's all about. Where it's, you don't know when it's going to happen, but then they're going to, engage in some form of prison camp or forced labor or something to that effect. But yeah, wasting time is one of the most dominant factors, of course, because I want to get out of here, but I can't. And that's done primarily through, sabotage products, making it so that if the product's available at all, it's completely useless and way overpriced. Like, something that's $15 would be like $100. And, another thing, with the break-ins, of course, constantly stealing my things. I can spend an entire day just looking, trying to shop for some simple thing and never acquire it. Like a wrench, for example. I may shop all day for just a regular, wrench, and at best find one for like $39 at Walmart. And that will be after going to like 5 or 6 different stores. Yeah, one of the bigger problems I'm having is with short-term memory loss, wasting a lot of time, just long periods of doing nothing. They're heating up my head a lot. Let's see. There's more in one moment. And another thing that they like to do is they aggravate my stomach constantly. Like they hit it with certain resonance frequency. where I have to pee so bad that I can't handle it. Like I just have to run to the bathroom. It's really, really bad, and they do it constantly. It's a certain resonance frequency. All of this stuff is very deliberate. It kind of humiliate me. Trauma is one of the things they want transmitted, where they want people to be traumatized by viewing me, so that they can do a better job of victimizing people. Where one of the things one example of resource deprivation, I went all around town. I finally ended up at Joann Fabrics, one of the places or not Joann Fabrics, Walmart, because one of the places we're stocking it. I got some needles, like sewing needles, but they are not made out of the right type of metal. I was hoping to use one, put it in water, and try to use it as a compass, but they don't work. They're useless. They're not real needles. Where one of the things that they have been very focused on is women, where they're all about, I guess, threatening them or opposing any idea of seeing me as at all interesting or a positive person, where it's just like I made a very, very strict decision that I would not be fooled into cooperating into genocidal circumstances where I won't go about any kind of dating or any relationship with any American woman that I'm trying to leave the continent. Well, one of the things that I remarked is that American women, they like to play all-star games with t-ball players only. I'm being followed everywhere I go by like a dozen cars at all times. They just ride my bumper. They take the lanes over, and they try to control where I go. And then they'll park with me, and then when I go in, they break into my car. That's been one major problem. Let me see what else here. Of course, internet shopping would be a huge help. It'd probably be a massive improvement. But I can't get a computer, and my phone is really, really, really badly filtered. Don't do what you can't. Like, don't, can't, not, can't, don't, can't, don't. Like where I guess it's all about not trying to achieve the impossible.